It's time now for the Tri-State Buick GMC Celebrity Hotline, and we bring in the head coach of the New York Giants, Ben McAdoo. Ben, it's Michael and Don. How you doing today?
Great, guys. Thanks for having me. How we doing?
We're doing great. I'm just wondering, you've been an assistant, and now you're the head guy. Now, as an assistant, if there was a big decision to be made, you could always turn somewhere else and make it. Is it a different world now that you have to make that big decision?
Well, as an assistant, I always wanted to make sure my input was heard. But, no, it feels like it's been a seamless transition. The draft there's a lot of work that goes into the draft. And, in my seat right here, you have to trust the scouts, number one. Those guys are out there. They're busting their hump for over 200 days on the road. And then you come in, you have a chance to get the coaches on the tape, and then you go through the process as far as that goes. And no knee-jerk reactions, and you hang tight and you let the board play itself out. If you have a chance to move up, you can move up. If you have a chance to move back and you like it, you can do that too. But you just let it play itself out, and you trust your body of work.
So what did you think of input-wise? I would tell tales out of school, but did you feel like your voice was more heard now as head coach than it ever was before?
I think everyone has a voice in the process, and the coaches are a tool for the personnel side to help them make evaluations. And I think our best work goes into the film study, and that's what we do. That's where we spend our time. And I think we have a chance to, as coaches, not just me, but the entire staff has a voice in the personnel decisions.
All right, let's talk about Eli Apple. What do you like about him? What did you see on tape that made you guys take him at 10?
Yeah, first thing is he has all the measurables. He's big, he's young, he's physical, but he loves to play. He has New York Giant character. He's not going to turn 21 until August 9th, so his best days are ahead of him from a player perspective, and he's a worker.
Now, it looked like on the surface that because of where you spent the money, and also not just this year, but also last year in the secondary, that this might not necessarily been an area of need. Does that just explain how much Apple really popped to you guys as far as just his skill set?
Yeah, I think you have to be careful when it comes to need, and a lot of times, teams may want to reach for a guy. I think you trust the board, and it just so happened that Eli was right there. We liked a lot about him, and he was sitting right there. And you don't really take a look at need; you just take a look at the best player on the board, and you grab him.
In the second pick that you guys had in the 9th pick of the second round, Sterling Shepard, the wide receiver from Oklahoma. And, Coach, everything I've heard about this guy, he could be a dynamic addition to your team. What'd you see from him?
Well, Sterling plays the game the right way. He's not just he'll get the people will try to pigeonhole him and say he's just a slot receiver because of his size, but he plays a lot bigger than he's listed. He can play inside, he can play outside. He's played more outside in the past than he has this past season, but he can play both inside and out because he can separate there. He has big mitts, and again, he plays the game the right way. He's a physical player.
Now, when you look at him, I kept reading comparisons to Victor Cruz. Do you see that?
I can see where the comparisons are made. They're different players, but Sterling, he has a powerful lower body on him, and that's probably where the comparisons are made.
When you look at this offense, that was not the problem last year, and of course, this is a dynamic offense. So whether it's a draft pick, whether it's Victor Cruz, I mean, how much do they have to step it up to be able to hit the ground running with an offense that is dynamic as this one?
Well, for the rookies, we have to catch them up in a hurry, and we're not going to slow down from a system standpoint for anybody. So we're gonna make them. They're going to have plenty of opportunities to get reps, but they also have to take care of all the time that they have, whether it's in the mornings before the vets get here or after the vets leave, that individual position time with their coaches, because they really have to study. They have to keep their nose in the book or in the iPad, I guess is now what they do, but they have to make sure they put all the time in, and they're going to have to put extra time in to catch up because, like I said, the systems don't slow down for anybody. It's up to the position coaches and the players to catch up.
So what can we expect looking at a veteran of Victor Cruz? Are you as curious as everybody else to what he can bring to the table after missing so much time?
We're going to take small steps with Victor. He was just out there. We had a Phase 2 workout this morning. He was out there working with Eli and Ryan Nassib and the rest of the receivers, and we were throwing the ball around a little bit, just routes on air, and he was in some plays there, and we're working him back slowly, and he's going to want to do more than we're going to let him do. We're going to take small steps and be smart that way.